welcome to another episode of Celebrity Mysticism featuring nayah. And we're going to talk about this guy today. Before I start, everything is all alleged. So the first thing I asked about was his baby mama, how he felt about Jordan. Honestly, I just feel like since it was his first time being a dad, he really didn't understand the severeness of postpartum when she was dealing with it. So he couldn't fathom what was really like going on with her. He thought she was just like having a psychotic break, and that's kind of why I feel like everybody was treating her like that in his family, because they was not understanding what she was really going through as a first time mother and all of the trauma that she was dealing with while being with him. Because honestly, Jay got rich at a very young age, and I felt like he honestly started doing things that he usually wasn't doing, and it was confusing her because she felt like, well, I've been with you before you made it and before you had all of this money and before all these people knew you, and you're treating me like this, like, and I have, now I have your son. So I kind of feel like that was a problem. But I did see a tweet where she was talking about how they were working on their relationship before he passed, and that's true. He just kind of let things get to his head, being young and rich and not really understanding what came with that type of lifestyle. So, honestly, he just felt like Jordan didn't understand him. I honestly feel like both of them felt like each other didn't understand each other. He also felt like she was allowing people to tell her what she should and shouldn't do within their relationship and kind of getting in her ear and allowing people to place some type of judgment on him. Also, other women destroyed their connection, honestly. But I feel like he was trying to mend fences with her even before they had that baby. He was really trying his best to grasp onto their connection and fix it the best way in his own terms and to his own liking, where they both felt like it was fair. But he did not feel like Jordan was giving him the opportunity to actually lead as like a man. But he still has a lot of love for Jordan D. He loves her. I honestly feel like out of everyone, he would have actually got back together with her. I feel like the other women, that was just him. I'm hearing like being a quote unquote rock star, baby. That's what I heard. Him being, a rapper, an artist. That's just shit that he was doing. And I honestly don't feel like he think that it was right. But that's what he was doing. So I also want to get into like the night that he, not the night, how am I saying something about the nighttime? What is happening? Child. Anyway, I also want to get into like the day that he actually passed. I feel like he knew who shot him. Maybe 3 to 4 people. And it's like he was being chased. I don't think that he was already like at his grandparents' house. I feel like he had been running for a minute. I feel like they pulled up in a car on him, and they had already been kind of keeping tabs on him, tracking him down. I feel like this is stemming from some old beef. Somebody feeling like they was dissed, and then I'm hearing something about stolen drugs or drug money. And his baby mama knew about the money. I also felt like she was feeling as if something was wrong, but she didn't really want to pester him or bother him about it, because maybe she felt like she was just being like kind of paranoid. A lot of people want to know, is he mad at Fredo Bang? No, he's not mad at Fredo Bang for messing with Karima. He just, on some, she went she was going, so he can't control her. She went, so she was going, so he's not mad at um Fredo Bang. He still think that he cool. He just that's how women are when it comes to who got the most money, who could be the next highest thing. I do feel like he was going through a lot of depressive episodes, and I feel like he was talking about it a lot in his music, and nobody was really paying attention to it. I also feel like he had substance abuse problems, really bad, almost to the point where I don't know if his mom maybe was telling him that, or was thinking that maybe he needed to go to rehab. Codeine, some lean or codeine, Percocets, and he smoked weed a lot. Too much. I feel like he was on that stuff too much, and it just kind of felt like he was numbing himself a lot because he was going through um the struggles of coming from the place that he came from with a lot of people that he loved either locked up or dead. And I also feel like he's not mad at Famous. He's upset in his actions, but he also understands and is happy that he slid for him, whatever. Like he went and got that get back, but he's not happy in the way that in the form of what he chose, because he kind of felt like he crashed out, and he just expected him to just kind of hold it together, kind of hold down the fort and just let things kind of be. He didn't want him to end up in the same predicament, or something else escalate to where now Famous isn't, like he was in more danger. He looks at Famous like a brother. I don't think that they're actually related. I feel like they just been friends for a very, very long time. I feel like he knew Famous since maybe, I don't know if they went to school together, but maybe like middle school or around that age. I feel like he he loves Famous like his brother. I feel like him and Famous were broke together. They came up together. They did a lot of things that they said that they was gonna do, and they was broke. And when they finally did it, he was just happy that it was him. He was happy to take care of his mom, his family, and he really is kind of like hoping that his mom, his sister, and them can get on one accord when it comes to his baby mother. He knows that she can be a handful and that she be tripping, but he really wants them to have a relationship, a strong relationship for his son, and for them to be in support of her when it comes to his son. He just wants him to be a family unit. Also, I feel like he is there. He watches over his son. He loves his son a lot. That's another reason why I feel like he was actually trying to work on things with Jordan. I feel like after he got out of jail that last time, it really put his mind in a certain perspective of, okay, this is my time to change. Because if I don't change, it's only but so many options that I have in this lifetime. Um, a lot of people say that he did not live a certain lifestyle. And I mean, to a certain extent, that is true, but he still had casualties in wars. He was a storyteller, but he did also experience some very heart wrenching things in the streets. And I feel like that stems from why he behaved the way that he did. Um, he does, I wouldn't say regret, but he wishes that he would have controlled his temper better when it came down to women. Um, he also is saying something about Cuban Doll. He don't really feel like she fucked with him for real. He feel like Cuban was just messing with him to spite his baby mama. And yeah, he was being petty too, so that's why he was messing with her or whatever, and all in their little, circus. But I feel like he knew some people that Cuban slept with. Somebody knew Sky leaked, and I think it was hers. Yeah, because she's the lightest one out of all three of them. So I'm feeling like it's her. But yeah, Jay knew some of the dudes that she was messing with. And like he wasn't mad. He just was just like, okay, like you proving everybody point about what they saying. Um, he loves his mom. He just wants her to be as strong as she can. I feel like she's not alright. Like I feel like she has a lot of pressure on her and that she pretends as if she's okay, but really she wished that she could just talk to him sometime. Even if it meant like yelling at him about something that he's doing or correcting him, she just really misses him so much. And he just want her to know that he loves her and that it's gonna be alright. I also feel like he loves some money for his son and he wants his mom to give that money to Jordan for his son. He just wants them to be a family unit. He also is hoping that his grandfather and grandmother is like present in his son's life and that they still get a chance to be a part of his life and impact him growing up, because I feel like Jay and his grandparents were very close. I feel like he even used to dance with his grandparents and he really low key loved old school music. I even feel like sometimes he acted like a damn grandpa. For real, for real. He had times where he was a little kid at heart, but I feel like he act like a damn grandpa sometimes. He just give me that vibe. I don't know why. Um, I also feel like he was supposed to have two more kids. He was supposed to have two more kids. And unfortunately, him and Karina's baby, I don't feel like he was supposed to get her pregnant. I don't think that he was trying to. I feel like they both were under the influence and it happened and he was still going to step up and love his child and be a father. But I don't think that they were going to actually be in a relationship or have a family the way that she was envisioning them to like have. Also, he feels like Jania was lying on him. In fact, she was. She was trying to make it seem like he was just delusional and he was just doing shit to get under the YB skin, but really she was fucking with him. I honestly feel like he has maybe an old phone, maybe one or two old phones or something of that nature, where it's text messages of her saying stuff about him or her like pump faking. She really liked the Jay. She tried to clown him and act like, he was just a scrub or he was just dirty ass fanned out ass nigga. He really wasn't. She was really more so on him than he was on her. And she knew that him and YB was gonna end up getting into it. Cause they already had, I don't feel like they had like beef or whatever, but I feel like they were already maybe exchanging words behind the scenes and she knew. And she still decided to mess with him, knowing that she knew what the fuck she was doing and what was going on. Um, he also wishes that he would have ended his relationship with Young and Ace before he passed. He feel like he let a bunch of petty shit get in the way of their friendship and their brotherhood, and that in actuality, Ace was right about a lot of stuff. He let his pride and his ego get in the way of something that he really actually valued. I feel like Ace was really trying to lead him to a more positive aspect of life, and he didn't want to see him out looking crazy or back in jail, because I feel like honestly Jay was supposed to go to jail again. They was trying to get him for maybe like a weapons charge. Something about guns is significant. He was supposed to go back to jail. They was gonna get him. I also feel like he was gonna sign a bigger deal and maybe um the label was mad at him because they wanted to sign him, and he was trying to go with the label that had the more money. He was supposed to sign another deal, uh, for like a major label, and I feel like he was meeting up with this lady, or maybe she represented like um one of these labels, and she was kind of like trying to press him a little bit. And I don't think that she was like human. I think this lady is actually like a real life psychic. She's not human. I'm not getting that. Mm-mm. But I feel like she was kind of like pressing him a little bit about making a decision. And honestly, that's kind of why the last couple of times he went to jail, he was going to jail. Because he didn't want to listen. Like, he was satisfied with what he was making and what he had. He didn't want to go through another revolving door. He was straight. He wasn't trying to get down with them people like that. And they was trying to get his ass to do so. But he was too busy getting in trouble for stupid shit, honestly. And they knew it. I also feel like he, excuse me, he feels blackballed. He feels like um, there were sides to pick, and that artists were like blocking him from working with other artists, and that honestly he was cool with a lot of people, but they kind of switched up on him again, picking sides, picking and choosing, and he didn't like that. He felt like that was some pussy. That was some pussy ass shit. Like they won't no real men, because another man can't tell you not to fuck with another man. I also feel like we probably won't be hearing that much more music from him. Like, he has some music in somewhere, and I just feel like maybe his family or whoever he's under don't really want to like release it. They can, but I don't feel like they're going to. If they do, it's gonna be some real like, here you go, y'all shut the fuck up type thing, you know. And I honestly feel like his fans is gonna get mad. I'm telling you now, his fans is gonna get mad, or they're gonna be like disappointed, because I feel like he has possibly another album and maybe another mixtape or something like a mixtape that could be somewhere, but I don't think that it's probably mixed and mastered properly, or it could be missing verses, or like some of it is not complete to their standards. Had he still been here, he'd probably be in jail. It's like the feds was coming. I don't know if like it's a RICO case, or like I just feel like honestly he had got himself wrapped up into something. I'm telling you, the reason why he ended up passing when them guys came at him, that was some street shit. That was about some drugs and some old beef. And I don't feel like he directly had something to do with whatever the people was mad about, but he knew about it. And I feel like they know him from back in the, like, from some old shit. Like, I don't know, I just keep getting the notion of like him being shot. Like, first of all, Jay could have survived if they would have made it to him in time. It would have just took him a while, because the way that he got shot, I don't feel like he would have just gotten to the hospital and they would have did like a surgery and he would have been fine. Like, I feel like honestly he was probably gonna have to go through some type of physical therapy, because I feel like they hit something very vital in his body a few times. And he was gonna have to go through some type of physical therapy to get back right. But unless people, I feel like a lot of people was playing with him, and they will get some type of karma for killing him. Like, these people that ganged up on him, they was already kind of scoping the scene, doing research on him, giving them like the drop on him, sending pictures, was getting readings on his ass. Like, females was doing that. Somebody in a very high position knew about this. I feel like a lot of time he had some moments in his life where he just wanted shit to just move. I feel like he felt stagnant for a while, and when things finally started to go his way, it came with, you know what they say, more money, more problems. It came with things that he wasn't expecting to go through in his life and deal with. And that's the reason why he was hooked on drugs and abusing lean and Percocets and shit. Like, he was really trying to numb himself from everything that was escalating and going on around him. I also am getting, his baby mama never was gonna like leave him alone. I know people was wishing and hoping and praying that she would for her own mental health, but she was not gonna leave him alone. Like, she was obsessed with his ass. I also feel like it's times where not just her, but people around him that have said things like, "Oh, I just hope I hate you. I wish that you would die," and shit like that. I feel like that hunts them at night when they're all alone, and sits with them. Honestly, I don't feel like Jay was a bad person. I just think that he wasn't very receptive to certain individuals, because he already knew that they didn't mean him no good. Like, his light irritated their demons really bad. I also feel like people were jealous of him because he made it from his hometown and they didn't. And I feel like a lot of people were pitting him against other artists to create beefs and problems, and he really didn't have problems with a lot of these people that came to public that he had issues or problems with. I just feel like it was pushed. It was pushed. Like, yep, people were starting problems before he even really got on the scene. Somebody behind the scenes was starting drama. A lot of this got to deal with females. Females trying to go back and tell him one thing, tell the next person something else, being messy, pillow talking, knowing that they ain't shit. He felt like they want shit. That's why he was, and it's not funny that he was dogging them at all. It's just the fact that he was like, said that ain't shit. Like, wow. But he had real ambitions and goals. Like, I feel like, especially in this new era of rap, he would have actually did okay and been fine. And I honestly feel like he was supposed to collaborate, excuse me, with some actual bigger artists than him. I also feel like somebody was trying to steal from him, or did steal from him. Looking up information about him. trying to get the drop on him every day to figure out his next move. They had been plotting to try to get a one up on him though. Like this had been going on. But I feel like he was protected to a certain extent to where they just kept kind of missing him for some reason. Like missing him. I also feel like he did not actually want to leave like his hometown. Like he didn't want to be labeled as scary. He didn't want to be labeled as like a bitch. He didn't want to be labeled as like a hoe ass nigga. So he just really wanted to stand on business and let people know like he wasn't scared to be out there. He's from there. He don't have to run. But I also feel like that kind of was like his downfall, like proving to people that I'm not scared, you know. But I get it because I feel like as men have a different complex from women when it comes to proving certain points. And I feel like men, they go to demand their respect, especially coming from the streets in a certain type of way. But also, like I said, I feel like that was his downfall, trying to prove like he wasn't scared, trying to prove that they wasn't running him out from nowhere, that he couldn't be bullied and he couldn't be punked, because it ended up turning into a situation where people were like keeping eyes on him, people like watching him, people were like looking for him to come to the city so they could get up with him for real. He could draw or he was like artistic in any type of way. I also felt like he wanted to make more songs like 23 Island. Like he wanted to tend to his female crowd. I feel like this was easy for Jay. Like making a drill record was easy for him. But I feel like he had a harder time making like soft music. He was a very emotional person, honestly. Like he cried a lot. Like he just didn't understand how, though his life was great, it also was like hell to him. It's like he couldn't catch a break and he was suffering. And he felt like nobody understood him and he was very misunderstood as a person and nobody cared. Nobody like gave a fuck. They just perform. That's it. That's your job. Perform. Look good. That's all we care about. We don't give a fuck about your mental health. We don't give a fuck about nothing else that you're going through. And that's crazy because, you know, a lot of men feel like their emotions and their feelings are not like valued, and that the first thing that a woman's gonna do is bring that shit up, you know, throw that shit in their face when they become vulnerable. But he needed like a safe space to vent to. He really needed somebody to talk to and turn to, because I kind of felt like at some point like he was trigger warning suicidal. And that's why he was numbing himself up with all them damn drugs and shit. He had points and times where he did not want to be here. But then he knew that if he would have left that way, like, he felt like people was going to be mad at him. He also started thinking about, like, his mom and his family and, you know, why he even started to do the things that he was doing. So I feel like he kind of talked himself off the ledge a couple times. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I also kind of feel like, I kind of feel like he wanted to act, be on the show. He loved like movies. So I kind of feel like he wanted to like act or get into acting, or maybe he would watch things and be inspired. But he was really ready to take like a risk and try some different things in life, and he just didn't get a chance to. I also feel like Jay was really changing, but he kind of felt like it was too late when he was, and he's saying that he did not understand what God was trying to tell him why he was here, but now he understands now that he's not here. I am going to stop the reading here, and y'all let me know what y'all think.